If you want to provide great customer service in your gym, sometimes it's about the things that you don't say. In this video, we'll cover the 3 things that we teach the MFF team to never say to clients. My name is Mark Fisher from businessforunicorns.com, and in this video, we're going to cover some pieces from a very important customer service tool we use in the Mark Fisher Fitness universe, and it's called the Always and Never list. And what this is a list of a handful of things that we want our team members, as we call them MFFers, to always do, as defined importantly by the things we never want to do. And today we're focusing on 3 of the things you should never say to your clients. Never use corporatey sounding jargon, anything that gets bureaucratic. So specifically I'm talking about here, don't say policy, don't say contract. In other words, don't say things like, unfortunately, that is our policy. Due to the terms of the contract you signed, which clearly laid out the stipulations, we will have to charge you a termination fee. Do say something like, gotcha. Okay, there may have been a misunderstanding. Let me take a look at this and explain what our guidelines are, and we'll see what we can do for you. The terms that we use can really make you sound like you're some strange big corporate business and not a human, nice feeling small business. And remember, that's one of the things you want to leverage. You are not a big box chain. And if I may, for your coaches, let me offer another brief version of this. When I'm talking about jargon, I might also say, be careful how hard you're going on the fitness terms. You don't want to assume everybody understands what those words are. And if you're going to use the fancy terms, explain to them what they mean to your clients. And for the most part, they don't really care about this. They want to know you know what you're doing, but it doesn't feel good to a lot of people when you don't talk to them in plain English. The next thing to never say, never use the word no. No, no, no. Instead, always focus on what you can do for them. You're looking to always be agreeable. We want to embrace what in the improv world they call yes and. Yes and is a life philosophy. There's no reason to say no but when you could say yes and here's this other thing that's true. So we want to focus on what we can do. Don't say, no, I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, no. All of these strategies, I'm not suggesting you be an Orwellian wordsmithy person. I'm not suggesting that you be duplicitous or beat around the bush, but there is a way of still being direct about what reality is, but just being thoughtful about phrases, words, even energies or ways of being, if I could be a real hippie with you, that are by definition pushing against and being conflict forward, that can still be more collaborative on the same side of the table as your client, and then moving them into your preferred direction within the constraints and the guardrails of how your business functions. Finally, never say, I don't know. Instead, always be informed. So understand, I'm specifically talking here about the way that the business works. If a client has a question about a service offering or something around the business works, and admittedly, this is more for your team than for you, but you'd be amazed how often your staff doesn't actually know all the things that are going on, doesn't have a good answer, and if you haven't properly made clear your expectation, will feel very comfortable when a client asks them something, and then they'll respond by going, Always be informed. What this means is we expect at MFF, and I'd invite you to do the same with your team, to always know the basics of what's going on, if we're running a promotion, what our services are. And importantly, when you don't know the correct answer, which is going to happen sometimes, be proactive about finding that solution. Don't do a cold pass off. Don't say, I don't know, you can email Mark. He might know, but I don't know. I don't know what the thing is. Be a proactive steward of getting that information for that client and never guess. I'm not saying give incorrect or incomplete information if you don't know it. I am saying finding the answer. So don't say, I don't know. Do say, I don't actually know the answer to that offhand, but let me find that out with you. Why don't you come over here with me? We'll go over and we'll find out together. So I hope it's clear through this video and these particular examples that we're only using the never list to focus on what we do want them to do. And all of the things on the never list are things that if you don't think about this critically and look carefully, might seem like reasonable things to say. After all, staff that you've not trained very well might not initially understand, why can't I just say no? Why can't I just say it's our policy. It's the contract says so. Well, because you have to teach them about customer service. So you'll have to really, if you want to be successful with this type of thing will have to be rolled out and will have to be trained on, and you'll have to do role plays. And you really need to walk through your staff why you are so focused on them doing these things in a particular way, because particularly if you're dealing with younger individuals that just haven't had as much experience in the world, maybe they haven't experienced amazing customer service, you're gonna have to really help them connect the dots and not only teach them once, but of course, final pro tip for you, you must inspect what you expect. So this can't be a thing you roll out once, then never talk about again. It is your job as the owner, as a leader, to show stubborn, pig-headed discipline, ideally with the support of your sous chef, in making sure that everybody is singing from the same customer service songbook. Yes, let's find that out together. All right, pals, I hope so much you enjoyed this video. And if you're looking for more help on how to roll out and keep your team doing your new customer service standards, do be sure to check out my video, the simplest 3-part management tool, below. And while you're there, you might as well unsubscribe. I'll see you for our future video where once again, I will bring you actionable tips, psychological frameworks, and philosophy.